Well, good afternoon. My name is Ted Wilson. Thank you so much for joining us here today. This is our industry professional high-level overview featuring the breakout brand in the making, LivEden, a 7.5-year-old at time of recording. Here we are, late April 2025. LivEden, a great company, great opportunity. Before I jump into our presentation, I'd like to throw it over to my business partner across the pond from the United Kingdom, the one and only Mr. Danny Denoa. Good afternoon. How are you, Danny?
I'm very well, Ted. Very well, and I just want to say I'm very excited about LivEden. I've been in network marketing 35 years. My last long build was with a tech company back in 2010 to around 2020. I had over 1 million people in my organization. I was a global master distributor, but sadly, with the COVID pandemic, the company went under. And since then, I've been looking for a long-term, strong build that's going to go for the next 30, 40, 50 years. A business that can be passed down to our kids, grandkids. And more important of all, LivEden actually pays every week into the bank. So that's a dream situation. It's a dream situation to be in. What's attracted me to LivEden? A few things. It's actually a list of things. Well, number one, the product. The product's 100% natural, okay? All-round health benefits. It makes you feel good. And it's a product we can use every day and break our fast with, okay? So the product is just, when you experience it, you'll understand. And number two, the compensation plan. In my last company, I brought hundreds of millions of volume a month to the company, and the payouts and the caps on the comp plan compared to the volume I brought in wasn't great. But with LivEden, there's no caps on the comp plan. There's no breakage, okay? It's the best compensation payout plan I've seen in 35 years of network marketing. With only 500 customers, you can make a yearly 6-figure income, okay? That's very, very strong, okay? With only 500 customers, you can make a 6-figure salary a year. So that is incredible. On top of that, the vision of the company, the ownership, it's just brilliant. It's a 7.5-year-old American company, and I love working with US companies. They always work, and they bring out the best in health and prosperity for customers, for distributors. And more importantly, LivEden is launching our new compensation plan, our new affiliate program as of the 1st of May. And that's got me very, very excited. It's like I've never been so excited in 35 years of network marketing. And Ted Wilson, I'm just really glad you introduced me to the opportunity, because it was something I was looking for, something I know many people. I've got ex-company owners wanting to come into this now. A lot of leaders I've known over the years. It's ticking every box. It ticks every single box. Well, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn the call over to Ted Wilson, who's going to give you some details on the product and the compensation payout. Thank you.
Danny, thank you so much. I do appreciate it for our audience that are listening here today, and by some quirk of fate, perhaps, that you've been given this link for the recording. We want to say thank you for your trust, and thank you for giving us the next 30 to 40 minutes realistically to give you a high-level overview. A high-level overview does warrant documentation beats conversation. It's important that we go into the layers of this opportunity so that we can really essentially proactively answer likely all the high-level questions that a high-level industry professional would have based on people's pedigree, like Danny Denoa, like myself, like others, like the great Mr. Jeremiah Gunn and others that are joining our team. I'm not dropping names intentionally. However, this is the caliber of professional that is being attracted. They're looking for rock solid, like Danny said. They're looking for long-term. They're looking for vision. And I will say that given the movement of the industry and the fact that companies that were long-standing are making a decision to collapse their distributorships, their compensation plans, moving to a straight customer direct platform, that is the proverbial elephant in the room. And so I want to start by saying to you all that the ownership group, it's owned by a husband and wife, Marty and Heather Holker. Like Danny said, and I earlier, 7.5, almost 8 years in business. They've sold a little more than $2 million worth of product. They've donated over 1 million meals to charity. It's an organic, feel-good company movement. There's no back-end exit strategy. The company is rooted in solid family principles, and the ownership group, the great Holker family and the reputation, they're staking their livelihood and their reputation on longevity. They are all about multi-generational living and having a succession plan to continue the growth of this company into the next generation of adult children that will likely take over the helms at some point. Again, that's unofficial at this time of recording. Here we are in the second quarter of 2025. But the fact is that rock solid longevity, old school perhaps, that this is something that a brand that you can trust and a brand that you can stake your reputation on. And we invite you, if what you see here today is of great interest, we can certainly make arrangements to introduce you to our ownership, our CEOs, Marty and Heather Holker individually, and then you can ask any of your other remaining high-level questions that you might have. So with that, let's jump into it. Again, thank you so much. My wife, Michelle, and I have been in the industry since 1989. Here we are, 2025. Quick math, that is 36 years strong. This is our 37th year. Been full-time for 35 years. We've done very well, not just our own income, but we've actually helped literally, I think the number is close to 500 people in our career make a legitimate six-figure passive income. Six figures indicating greater than $10,000 a month in passive residual income. And that's something I'm really proud of. Our organization has spanned over 45 countries. We've done just about 960 million, just under 1 billion in global sales throughout our entire personal enrollment tree, which I'm very proud of. And I'm not saying this to spout or to impress anyone. I'm really more, as you've heard the saying before, I'm here to impress upon you that I understand what it means to be successful. I understand the sacrifices that it takes. I also understand that it takes right place, right time, right circumstance, right market condition. So that's the perfect segue into why LivEden today and why we're inviting you to participate with us and to be part of this brand that's going to go viral. It will go viral. And by some quirk of fate, you are being invited first. So LivEden, it's our name's rooted in our mission of living an Eden lifestyle. What does that mean? It's a life that's natural, it's whole, it's pure, it's balanced. It's a return to the way we were meant to nourish our bodies with the earth. It really is a culmination of more than just a brand. It's a way of life. It's a reminder to slow down. Goodness, what a concept in the fractured world we live in, social media fatigue, division and divide, political status, tariff wars at time of recording, political wars. People are looking for semblance of normalcy and getting back to balanced living. And this is perfectly in line with what is that we are all about. We're fueling our bodies with intention. There's another concept. You think about that, having intentions around getting yourself to finally stop the yo-yo syndrome and get back to living a life of abundance and thriving, living versus just existing, as well as to embrace the power that is in each of us. It's health and healing when we bring our bodies into balance and we live a pure, balanced life. More than just words, this product, it's a single product focus. It is the foundation of life, whether you are a 6-month-old toddler or your 106-year-old geriatric or anyone in between, it doesn't matter. Every single human being can, in fact, benefit and be nourished by this amazing breakthrough in manufacturing technology, which I'll talk about here in a moment. So what's really driving this product today is 8 powerful industries that are all converging into one center point. That center point is called LivEden balance. I love the name balance because it's bringing the body back into balance. The scientific term is called homeostasis. We're here to share with you that this product is going to deliver on the value and on the promise, and it addresses fundamentally the perfect center point of 8 major industries. In fact, I would argue that there's greater than 8, but these are the big 8 that are fueling the need for and the power of this product. You can feel comfortable knowing that we're not swimming against the stream. We're not going against the grain. We're actually in alignment with the direction of the world and the high demand of these 8 major industries. Number 1 industry is the microbiome and gut health industry. You don't have to look very far, folks, to see about pre and probiotics, the microbiome, the second brain, the gut-brain axis. 70% of your life's emotional responses are generated from your gut, i.e. your gut feel. It's being quantified scientifically, and how you treat your microbiome is pretty much how you are going to have your life be directed in terms of your life output. Let's quantify it a little bit closer. According to Future Market Insights, the probiotic supplement market is set to grow by a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 11.2% year over year over the next 9 years. That's $23 billion in the next 9 years. CAGR, folks, that's a very important term. Again, compound annual growth rate. This is basically like your 401k or your RRSP or other investment vehicles. If you have a holdings, if you're trading currency, if you have a crypto holding, would you like to grow your nest egg by 11% year over year, compounding 11% compounded every year? Of course you would. This is the most significant metric that people that are studying the economics that support a marketing position, a product position and value, you want to ask the hard question, is this poised for growth? Are we growing in the right direction? Well, CAGR is the perfect metric to measure that. Let's dive into the gut microbiome market specifically. 17.1% CAGR year over the next 8 years. And again, I love this. With increasing recognition of the gut microbiome's influence on overall well-being, the market's witnessing a significant growth driven by advancements in microbiome science, rising consumer awareness, and the development of targeted microbiome-based therapies. That right there, folks, if that statement is true, this one industry alone is enough reason to participate with us, because we have the most significant pre and probiotics. We actually have 3 strains of biotics, including one encapsulated strain that's protected from the acidity of the stomach, meaning that it actually bypasses the stomach degradation into the intestine where it goes to work. I know that's overly scientific, but you don't need to put 15 billion CPU or CFU. You don't have to overload these probiotic ingredients, because they know that the vast majority of those probiotics are going to be killed off by the gastric juices, the acidity of the stomach. Well, we only have 3 billion, and that they're encapsulated where they're going into the target. Anyway, look at I digress. I'm a scientist, okay, folks? I love this stuff. Anyway, number 2 is the gut microbiome market specifically. It's more than just the microbiome. It's digestive health, it's immune system, it's weight management, it's mental health and cognition, it's skin health. It's so much that's affected by the microbiome. Look at the visual training, folks. That's all that matters to me. I'm visual. I'm sure you are today watching this presentation. It's a sign that this is not slowing down. It's growing every year. Another research quickly on this first industry precedence research talking specifically about the amino acids market. It's worth $69 billion by 2034 in the next, again, short 9 years. And the amino acids, all 9 essential amino acids, are found within LivEden Balance. It's an amazing breakthrough. And look at the growth rate in this alone, 8.3% year over year. It's fantastic. Again, graphically going in the right direction. All right, number 2, supporting industry is intermittent fasting. Again, you don't have to look very far. Intermittent fasting is growing exponentially because of the awareness and the benefits of when you break your fast. You do a 1, 2, 3 day water fast, or that sort of thing, or when you just sleep. You go to sleep at 11 o'clock at night, you wake up 7 o'clock in the morning. That's an 8-hour fast. So when you wake up, the first thing you do when you break your fast, what are you breaking your fast with? A cup of coffee, a donut, an energy drink? Ladies and gentlemen, how you start your day, how you engage, how you activate your microbiome is single-handedly the single best strategy for success. Ask anyone, all the industry professionals that have any success in the health space, they all will agree that this fundamentally is the number 1 strategy. And this is why LivEden Balance and our marketing campaign around the awareness of breaking your fast is going to grow faster than a prairie fire. So that being said, let's dive into the metrics. Look at the numbers. 80% of people are aware of intermittent fasting. 52 posts an hour. Who studies this stuff? I don't know. 52 posts an hour on Instagram. It's growing by 15.7% year over year. It's massive. Also, Business Research Insights, BRI, they talk about intermittent fasting, the global size, just on the apps on your phone. 8.5% CAGR year over the next 7 years. Third industry, okay, collagen peptides, arguably the fastest growing protein on the planet. Well, not all collagen is made equal. Collagen peptides are isolated, again, more expensive to isolate your peptides. Combined with the amino acid profile, it leads to anti-aging benefits, health, beauty, vanity, sports recovery, among many other benefits. Diving into the metrics, Grand View Research, amazing research facility. They've talked about the global size of the collagen peptides market. It's predicted to be 11.5% CAGR over the next 5 years. It's growing exponentially. In the US alone, 11.9, almost 12% year over year. Guys, 12% a year. Understand, you may not be a numbers person, but when you have anything higher than 2, 3, 4%, it's considered a massive, massive run. We're talking 12% growth, folks. You're at the right place at the right time for sure. Number 4 industry, metabolic syndrome. What is that? Well, with our aging population, 10,000 people a day are turning 70 Gen X over the next 7 years at time of recording. And in behind it, sorry, that was the baby boom. In behind it is the Gen X, folks. We got a lot of people that are just struggling with metabolism, sluggishness, mood swings, on a weight loss plateau, can't break their sugar addiction, having a hard time managing their blood sugar panels, difficulty thinking clearly, having sexual dysfunction, 0 or very, very low libido levels, exercise and recovery, just feeling like able to do the basics of life. It hurts to bend over to tie your shoes. Folks, metabolic syndrome is a massive industry, and yet the solution is simpler than you think. It's how you break your fast and you feed and nourish your body that will then naturally regulate your blood sugar levels. Instead of highs and lows, spikes and lulls, this is a softening of the spikes and the lulls. Anyone that has a glucometer, even biohackers that now put these things on their arms that are tied to a Bluetooth app, even if they're not even diabetic, they're doing it because they want to know that they're in optimal sugar range. It's a growing fascination around balancing your blood sugar principally, which leads to metabolic recovery for people that are struggling with metabolic syndrome. The numbers don't lie. According to an article in Yahoo Finance, Global Metabolic Syndrome Market Report 2023, $29 billion market by 2028 over the next 3 years. That's incredible. But what's more incredible is look at the projections over the next 3 years. 46% growth year over year. That's not a typo, folks. 46% growth year over year in this one industry alone. You want to talk about a massive home run. There it is. Industry number 5, plant-based lifestyle. Gosh, a lot of growing awareness around this plant-based proteins. And for all my carnivore friends, which I'm also a carnivore, I don't mind eating meat. A lot of vegans out there, people that are moving to plant-based, there is lots of evidence that a plant-based protein has higher nutrient value, higher bioavailability, i.e. getting to the cell, doing what it's designed to do for recovery, for repair, the benefits, a lot higher value in plant-based protein than animal carnivore-based. That being said, let's look at the numbers. Again, documentation beats conversation. Right here in the great country of Canada, the National Research Council of Canada talks about the massive growing interest demand for a plant-based protein, and now more than 40% of the population. Again, we are the 51st state. For those that want to debate me, that's fine. It is what it is. But our great friends in the South USA, 50 states, we're the 51st state. It's very safe to overlay this number that 40% of Americans, 360 million people, 40% of these people, minimum, are moving to incorporate more of a plant-based diet into their regular routine. It's about becoming compatible with vegetarian, vegan, or flexitarian lifestyles that are becoming the spotlight. According to Grandview Research, in support of this, plant-based protein supplements, it's almost a $3 billion market back in 2023, but it's growing by 8.5% over the next 5 years. That's good enough for me. Again, look at the numbers specifically in the USA for my USA partners. 8.5% growth, folks, year over year. Number 6 industry, natural hormone support. Gosh, again, with the growing aging population, the baby boom, now Gen X, all these Gen X women going through menopause, and the phenomenon for the men called menopause, balancing hormones, the explosion of interest in microdosing, adaptogenic, i.e. balancing benefits of mushrooms, it's exploding because of the benefits around hormone support. According to Precedence Research, adaptogens, specifically into the microdosing of mushrooms, it's growing exponentially 7% year over year over the next 9 years. Look at the charts, folks. You're going in the right direction with us, and LivEden Balance addresses it all. Another great article out of Global Market Insights talking specifically around the mushrooms market size. Again, $10 $12.9 billion back in 2022, growing by 10% year over the next 7 years. It's fantastic. Right here in North America alone, the value is $2.4 billion and growing, folks, every year. Fantastic. Industry number 7, all natural. Move away from synthetic awareness, and GMO, non-GMO, genetically modified organism, moving away. More and more consumers are flipping over the bags, looking at the supplement facts panel, looking at what it is that they're actually consuming, consciously growing around the desire to consume natural, safe, organic versus cheap, ineffective, synthetic. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Let's look at the numbers. Fortune Business Insights talks specifically about the global non-GMO market, $812 billion back in 2024, and it's expected to grow over the next 7 years, going to $2 trillion. That's 2003 billion, folks. That's $2 trillion over the next 7. Is this the right place, right time? Yes or yes? 12.2%, folks. It's game over. In North America, 300 billion, upper right corner. Around the world, 329 billion. It's growing exponentially. 2 trillion, right place, right time. Industry number 8. Alkalinity awareness. We've known for multiple decades that a body that is in an alkaline state, i.e., it has a pH of anything higher than 7.0, let's go back to grade 8 science, anything below 7.0, it's considered acidic. And the average North American, I would contest, in all of the material capitalist markets of the world that consume a highly processed, high demand, high frequency diet, instant access diet, food that is packaged in a box. Every single human being in that category, their pH is somewhere between 6.8 and 6.9. When it's acidic, it's the perfect ground for disease. It's a breeding ground for disease. You've got a higher candida count, which is yeast in the blood. You've got a higher sugar addiction. Admit it. Late in the evening, you're raiding the pantry. You're wanting something to satiate your hunger. The growing awareness around parasites that fuel on sugar. I don't want to be graphic, folks, but if you can move the body into alkalinity, i.e., eating a plant-based lifestyle, ingesting higher amounts of greens and other things that have a higher pH north of 7 into the alkaline, basic or alkaline state. This is the growth metric and disease prevention. Cancer cannot mutate in an alkaline environment. I'm a cancer survivor, twice now diagnosed with cancer, and I am now disease-free. Grateful to admit that fact that this product came into my life back a few months ago and helped swing me into alkalinity, which helped me beat off my recent bout of cancer. That's my personal testimony. That's not a health claim, but do the research. Let's look at the numbers specifically, folks. Business Research Insights, BRI, talks specifically about the global green powder market, projected to grow year over year by 13%. It's massive. Look at the numbers. We also have another great article from Grandview Research on the superfood powders. Look at the numbers. In USA alone, 7.3% year over year. It's staggering, folks. Right place, right time. Now, for the other category, let's talk about anti-inflammatory nutrition, a massive industry, immunity, another massive industry, healthy energy options versus stimulant-based unhealthy options. These are other markets that didn't even make the top 8, but these are massive markets. Let's look at inflammation. Allied Market Research talks specifically that it's a $32 billion industry in the next 2 years, growing by 11.7%. In the USA alone, in inflammation markets alone, it's a 11.7% growth year over year for the next couple of years. Right place, right time, right circumstance. Let's do a quick review. Consider this as an investor for no other reason to invest in your own health. Health is our greatest wealth. I'll repeat that. Health is our greatest wealth. It doesn't matter how much money you've made in crypto. It doesn't matter how much money you've made in high yield investments. It doesn't matter how much money you've been able to put aside and you're hoping to just hang on. It doesn't matter if you're not healthy. The richest person in the graveyard would give anything for one more day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a businessman. I love numbers. I love stats. I love documentation. Compound annual growth rate. Would you like this in your stock portfolio? Would you like to grow your own nest egg from 7% up to 46% compounded every year? Well, the answer would likely be yes. And if you're still with us here 20 minutes into this presentation, stay with me because the best is yet to come. LivEden Balance is poised for explosive growth, and we're looking to you to contribute meaningfully, and you will have your slice of this pie. How much of the pie do you want? Depends on if you want to be a leader like Danny or Jeremiah or myself or others that are coming. There's some great people coming here because they see it, they understand it, they have been impacted with their own personal health mission, their own health journey, and they're inspired to bring back stability, simplicity, and common sense in a highly consumptive, highly reorder rate equaling a residual income. High consumption, high reorder rate equals residual income opportunity. That being said, let's jump into the metrics. I like to say CAGR is come and grow with us. It's inflation proof, it's recession proof. There's a massive demand, and we literally have no competition. If you're thinking right now that this is one of the usual greens on the market or another one of the protein blends, it's not. We have no competition. This is 14 products in one. It's all natural and safe, zero sugar, zero color, zero dyes, zero anything synthetic. This is all natural, safe, organic. We won't be Amazoned. We won't be eBayed. You won't find this product on Amazon or eBay. We have no competition. And at a price point of only $2.60 per serving, American, $3.30 Canadian per serving. Our company is so assured of our value that we represent that we offer you a 60-day 100% money back guarantee, which means there's nothing to return. You don't have to send back an empty bag through the mail, additional cost. Simply call the company within 60 days. If you don't like the product, you get your money back. Your credit card is reversed, charged reverse. Who does that? Nobody. LivEden does. And our return rate is minuscule. Our merchant account has given us the highest equivalent of a Dun & Bradstreet rating. If we were publicly traded, the private highest AAA 5-star rating would be the equivalent in the private sector. We have that as a company, 7.5 years in business, doing business in 4 markets, USA and Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and many more markets set to open based on the right leadership that want to champion the movement. We charge in local currency. We don't charge in American funds unless you're in America. Canadians, you charge in Canadian funds. Australia funds, New Zealand funds. If we open up Germany, we'll charge in Deutschmarks. You'll be paid in American greenbacks, which people love, and our international payment processor will pay you in American funds every week. We have 5 income streams that pay weekly. We've got 2 income streams that pay monthly. That's the last part of this presentation for those that want to stick around for the money. So that being said, let's roll. I'm so excited. Every time I do this presentation, I'm excited. So LivEden, it's a NutraFusion blend. Remember this term. You heard it here today on this recording, whether you're here in early Q2 2025 or you're watching this presentation in 2026. It doesn't matter. You're first. Statistically speaking, folks, you are part of the foundation early concentration well before the momentum, right place, right time. Remember this term. This is the world's first ever NutraFusion blend. It's 14 products in one. If you were to buy all these product categories separately, you'd have to pay between $500 and $700 a month. This product, the investment is $79 for 1 month's supply. And if you buy it in a 4-pack, it nets it down to $69 per month. And you can buy that every 4 months on a subscription. Our company does not even offer or require a fixed monthly, pardon the expression, gun to your head, auto ship. You don't have to buy monthly. This is the only company out there that is so consumer friendly that they allow you to set up your subscription like an Amazon subscription, similarly, where you can purchase 1, 2, or 4-pack, 1, 2, or 4 months. If you're a single person that just wants the best price, you can buy a 4-pack that nets it down to only $69 a bag, and you can set that to schedule out every 4 months to be charged to your credit card, and you'll be qualified in our comp plan for all 4 months. Who does that? Nobody but LivEden. Am I amped up? Of course I am. Am I excited? Of course I am. You know why I'm excited? Because common sense prevails, and we got to get back to basics, and we are doing that. And again, by some quirk of fate, you're listening to this as a high-level industry professional. I'm inviting you, along with my friends Danny and Jeremiah and Joe and other great leaders that are coming, Peggy, There's so many good people that are coming here in early Q2 of 2025. Thank you so much for your leadership early on. That being said, it's a summary: immune support, antioxidant, gut liver detox, adaptogen, cognitive support, blood sugar regulation, muscle preservation. Do you want, which one of these categories can you not live with? Which of these categories can you not live with? Fair question. If you're not accessing a way to access all of these compartments, you are robbing yourself of your God-given blueprint to live your most ultimate, passionate, full potential life. That's not just rhetoric, that is truth. And it is medically, scientifically documented. Our sourcing is pure, our testing is pure. We voluntarily test every batch, heavy metals analysis, microscopy, ensuring that there are no foreign agents, that we're getting only the best, highest quality of each of our ingredients. Over 70 ingredients that are tested every batch run. Our third-party manufacturer, #1 in the state of Utah. They do manufacturing for multi-billion-dollar brands, big brands that you all would know. And the fact is that they are our contract manufacturer, scaling and growing with us. Incredible. They do voluntary US FDA quarterly inspections. They're ISO certified GMP. We have no farming that involves any child labor. Folks, look at the top of your list. Again, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, no additives. This is the cleanest, purest product on the planet. And at this time of this recording, we are just launching officially, in fact, in under 2 weeks, our brand new brand partner affiliate division that is literally going to go across the nation, across the globe like a prairie fire. So that being said, let's roll. We also have an incredible outreach, a contribution division, a charitable giving. For every bag of product that is purchased, we donate 10 meals to children in charity. If you can't get excited about that, I pray for you. It's about giving back. 1 in 6 children right here in North America go to school hungry. Right here in North America, 1 in 6 go to school hungry. And our principal provider is Mary's Meals. Mary's Meals, along with the food banks of USA and Canada and food pantries, we're serving both North America as well as into Africa and Southeast Asia. We've been doing this for 7.5, almost 8 years, since October 2018 when we launched our business. We've donated over 1 million meals, well over 1 million at this point. It could be closer to 2 million at this point. My point being is this is a wonderful charity that we're doing it because that's the origins, the roots of our ownership group, Marty and Heather Holker, and their desire to give back. I can get excited about that. I hope you can too. So on your website you get, it'll be username.LivEden.com. There's a beautiful 6-minute and 1-second video. Your username.LivEden.com. And at the very top of that page, there's a beautiful 6-minute video that talks about essentially the premise behind the product, why we're doing what we're doing, the value to you, the offer, the call to action. And it features on your screen right there our co-CEO and founder, Heather Holker, an amazing background, exercise physiology, master's in food science nutrition. She's been a high-level professional figure competitor, IBBF certified. She then transitioned into gym ownership. She then became an amazing fitness coach and lifestyle coach. And she's, over a span of 30 years of her career, she's recognized 100% of the time that how a person starts their day, what they're doing to fuel their body, sets up their entire day, not just personal best in the gym, but their outcomes, their mental health. Long before mental health was even a popular conversation talking point in terms of nootropics and the cognitive health and the well-being of a person emotionally, she has been an advocate for. But she's also raised 6 children, aged 17 down to the age of 4 at the time of this recording. And I dare to say that none of these 6 children have had 1 gram of sugar cross their lips. She is fastidious, she's committed, and she has been championing an awareness around all natural living for over 20 years. And this is a culmination of her life's work. And we are so honored to have Heather Holker as our co-CEO, married to the great Marty Holker, who has been a businessman inside of this space of direct selling network marketing, company owner, consultant. His family basically launched the entire industry of network marketing back in the 1960s. His mom and dad We're the master coordinators of the great Shackley company with Dr. Shackley before he passed away. They did over $2 billion in group sales back in the 60s, 70s, and the early 80s. For 22 years, they were the number one. They were the ones that created the entire space of network marketing. The modern day model that we know today is because of Bob and Kay Holker. Okay, even before Dexter Yeager, the first couple ever to do $1 million a year in earnings, it was Bob and Kay Holker. Marty Holker, one of 8 children, was literally born into the industry, and the rest is history. Look it up, Holker Dynasty, and what we're doing today, and you've found us here, folks, at Ground Zero. I couldn't be more excited. Now, Heather has a tremendous podcast on your website, username.LivEden.com. Go to the very top, ingredients, giving more about the reviews with 5-star reviews. But I want you to click on the podcast and take some time to actually understand. Again, people love to listen to their information. It's a short 15-minute podcast. There's a couple of episodes there. I highly encourage you to do your due diligence to understand if you can get excited about what we're doing, why we're doing this, and the impact, the lives that we actually can affect, not just be able to make money. But that being said, money trumps everything. Money, time, and health in that order. It's never changed in my 36, 37 years. People are always moving towards more money because effectively your personal economy does affect your life outcome. The more that you're able to earn, the more you're able to give back, the more you're able to actually do and achieve. So let's jump into it. Effective May the 1st. This is the 7 income streams. Number 1 is called our Experience 60. Quite simply, it is an opportunity to earn 20% commission off of all of the orders of all the people that you personally sponsor, not just their first order, like a traditional fast start bonus, but all of the orders that they place. They might stick their toe in the water and buy 1 bag. They then might go back and buy a 4-pack, whatever they buy within their first 60 days, you'll earn 20%. You're called a social partner, a brand partner. Once you have at least one person enrolled customer, you're now called a social partner. Now, important with the yellow highlights that it's not just other customers that you're signing up. Everyone joins as a customer. However, we do actually have a healthcare practitioner division, which means that if you happen to know any clinic owners, people that actually have a medical health clientele, a patient base, and they want to get on side with an all-natural, safe, clean, highly effective, incredibly scientifically validated and proven product that's simple to take the break their fast to have better patient outcomes, you could sign up a clinic, and that clinic can then join for free. They don't even have to buy monthly. Under an application, they can sign up. They can become approved as one of our healthcare practitioner division, part of our division. They then access bulk pricing. They can buy 10 packs, 30 packs at reduced pricing. They then turn around and sell it for the MSRP of $99.99, or they can sell it for as cheap as $79.99, not to undercut brand partners. That's part of their arrangement. They also offer their patients the chance to set up their own subscription, so they don't have to buy from the clinic every month. They want to save. They don't want to buy retail. They want to buy wholesale. So we teach these healthcare practitioners and their medical assistants at the front desk who have the display of the product and whatnot that they can onboard their patients with a subscription using the healthcare practitioner's affiliate account. And then month after month, year after year, that patient will buy direct from LivEden, and that healthcare referring clinic will get the override commission that will be built into income streams 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 potentially, which we'll talk about next. We also have a brand ambassador division. A brand ambassador is your social media influencer, meaning that they don't want to build a team. They don't want to bring on other brand partners. They just want a referral link. They want a discount code, which we offer. And under application with the right audience, we're not onboarding anyone that can fog a mirror. Let's be very clear. We're onboarding people that are in alignment with the values of our company and the health quest of getting back semblance of normalcy, balance, and promoting with ethics and with an honorable platform, the opportunity to put this in front of their audience. And when they onboard customers, these ambassadors, i.e. social media influencers, they can join. They don't have to buy monthly. These influencers don't like to have to buy. They will likely buy because they love the product themselves, but they don't have to, no requirement here, which is awesome. And they earn up to 20% override off of their entire customers for life. You, as the enrolling brand partner, you're going to earn in income stream number 2. I'll talk about that here in a moment, but understand that the brand ambassador is another option. So we have a healthcare practitioner division, we've got a brand ambassador division, and we have, of course, the brand consumer, our customers who join for free. There's no membership fee, and they buy wholesale direct under the advice of a referring brand partner, which is the division that we are amping up and ramping up, and then launching this new compensation plan effective May the 1st here in under 2 weeks at time of recording. So a brand partner. Notice the term MAV, monthly account value, MAV. That's a highly unique situation here, folks. Monthly average account value. What's your monthly account value? This is unusual because most companies, like I said earlier in presentation, require you to buy monthly. This company does not. LivEden allows you to buy 1, 2, or 4 bags, 1, 2, or 4 months. Set the interval that whatever you want. You've purchased a product. You set up a subscribe and save. The computer needs to see that you're on an active subscribe and save subscription, and you're qualified to earn commissions. The example that I have cited here in the middle of your screen is if you bought a 2-pack of Balance, that's 2 of the bags. You're getting it for $74.99 US. That's $149.98. That covers with it at 94 CV value. We divide that by the number of months that you've set your subscription to run. A 2-pack being scheduled to run every 2 months. You divide that by 2, that equals a 47 MAV. Notice to the left of your screen, you're only required to do 40 MAV every month. If you buy a 4-pack, it's going to be 176 CV divided by 4, which equals 44 MAV, more than 40. Isn't that fantastic, folks? You don't have to buy monthly. You can buy 1 bag. It's 50 CV. 1 bag every month, fine. But in the USA and in Canada, orders over the value of $100 American, $140 Canadian, they come with it free shipping. There's another advantage to set up a 2-month minimum subscription. You get free shipping because those packs are over $100 American, over $140 Canadian. In New Zealand, in Australia, in other markets like UK, into Germany, into other parts of the world, potentially into Asia, we will look at pricing models eventually to support a global fulfillment opportunity that it becomes more cost effective for us as a company to be able to offer free shipping. So that being said, income stream number 1, 20% on all of your people that you've personally enrolled, all the accounts for their first 60 days. Income stream number 2, it's called our social circle tier bonus. As the name implies, as you're growing your social circle of people that you have personally enrolled, your level 1 accounts, all of your customers, brand ambassadors, healthcare clinics, all the above, brand partners, anyone that you've sponsored personal level 1, the computer will accumulate and calculate how much volume does all of these people's orders, their monthly MAV, what their CV was every month. It'll add it up, and as you grow a larger number of cumulative CV on a monthly basis of all your level 1 accounts, you'll earn an additional 20%, up to 20%, 5 to 20% on all of your personals level 1 orders. On level 2, the people that they have sponsored, as that volume starts to grow, the computer will pay you an additional 2.5 up to 10%. I like to use the example of my bromance. If he's watching, if he ever watches this recording, Dwayne, I love you, bro. Heterosexually. I do love this guy. I love what he stands for. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. If I recruit The Rock and he becomes one of my brand ambassadors, i.e. social media influencer with millions of people, he's in alignment with the values of LivEden, the giving back, the contributions, the clean living. Why wouldn't he be interested in this? He doesn't need the money, but he loves the impact. So leave him to me. That's my request on this recording. That being said, if I bring in The Rock, I could earn up to 10% on all of The Rock's audience. Think about that. He goes out there, instantly sends out a link. He's got the discount code of The Rock to get 20% off from $99 down to $79 in line with our pricing. Who doesn't want 20% off? Set it up for life, no problem. The Rock's endorsement means a lot. That's fantastic. He loves the product. When he onboards thousands and thousands of customers, if I brought The Rock to the table, he makes 20% on his audience. I make 10% on his audience. So my friend, you listening here today on this recording, do you know any high-level influencers that are in alignment with the values of our company, that want to be part of the solution, that actually want to create a passionate movement, an opportunity to get back to basics and to start your day the correct way? Start your day the LivEden way. Break your fast with a high-level nutrition, and you be the judge and enjoy a 60-day money-back performance guarantee. If it doesn't work for you within 60 days, simply call the company. They'll simply reverse your credit card, the charge on your card. No questions asked. Nobody does this. Do you understand why I'm so excited, folks? Yes, you're going to make a boatload of money. Yes, there's people are going to be making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Yes, it's going to happen based on the value to the end line consumer. The customer has to be the winner. and I couldn't be more excited. Income stream number 3. This is the meat and potatoes. This is the engine that drives the entire compensation plan. I'm going to spend a few minutes on this and we'll wrap up. Income stream number 3 is called the Impact of 3 bonus. And how it works in a nutshell is that as you go out and you sponsor 3 customers, 3 brand partners, 3 healthcare clinics, 3 brand, whatever, 3 customer accounts that buy at least 1 bag a month, 1 bag a month that's producing a minimum of 40 MAV, as explained earlier, 3 people will make you what's called a social team leader. You have now referred 3. You're now shopping for free, meaning that you have enough commissions in your back office. You'll make an ongoing $75 per month bonus as you maintain 3 people that are maintaining 40 MAV value in their account you've personally sponsored. 3 people makes you $75 plus additional bonuses. Income streams 4 and 5, by the way, will be added to that. That being said, you're going to make much more than your requirement to buy a $79 bag per month. Does this make sense? Now, the goal here is that what do I need to do to not just break even, social team leader, but I can make a few $100s a month. A social team mentor is simply helping 3 people. It doesn't have to be personally enrolled, does not have to be personally enrolled, but it has to be 3 separate level 1 legs to you, 3 separate teams where someone within those teams has gone out and become a social team leader like yourself. They've gone out, they've referred 3, they're now shopping for free. They're now getting enough revenue coming into their back office that they can then use that commission to apply to a future monthly order. They're shopping for free. 3 social team leader legs makes you a social team mentor, and you make a $250 bonus, not just one time, my friends, but month after month, year after year, as you maintain 3 social team leaders, 3 people who've actually gone out and become shopping for free, 1 person per leg times 3 legs, and you're a social team mentor. Now, with the other bonuses combined with our actual retention rate, 7.5 years, millions and millions of dollars have transacted of customers, we know that your income at Social Team Mentor is going to be somewhere between $400 to $500 a month. We're talking 12 people. 12 people, and you'll make between $400 to $500 a month. That's $4,800 to $6,000 extra per year. In the Great Recession of 2008 to 2009, 99% of all bankruptcies that were filed in that 2.5, 3-year period between 2008 and 2010, 99% of all those bankruptcies that were filed could have been avoided with an extra $250 a month. Statistically speaking, $250 a month is big money. Now, a social team influencer is someone that's basically gone out 1 level removed. You're now helping 3 teams become social team mentor, helping 3 people, 1 in each of your 3 legs, become a social team mentor, making a $250 per month bonus. When you do that, you're making a $1,000 bonus per month. Ladies and gentlemen, that's as little as 39 people that are buying 1 bag a month of balance that's going to change the direction of their life. In the old days, to make a $1,000 per month bonus, whether it's a car bonus, lifestyle bonus, in previous binary comes or stair-step breakaways or force matrices, you had to do tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. In fact, one very popular super fruit blend binary company back 10, 15 years ago, you had to do $1 million on each leg, $2 million in monthly volume to hit a $1,000 car bonus. What's easier here, $2 million in group sales or 39 people buying 1 bag a month? This is unheard of. A regional influencer is simply helping 3 teams become social team influencer, making their $1,000 per month. They're probably making about $2,500 a month. That's an extra $30,000 a year in income, replacement income for the lower level average earnings of a North American citizen. A regional influencer will make a $2,000 per month bonus, and this is on about 120 people. Yes, 3, 9, 27, 81. We don't live in a perfect world. I get that. But statistically speaking, and for illustration purposes, it could be as little as only 120 people, and you're making in the area of about $3,000 to $4,000 a month income. $36,000 to $48,000 a year. Who does that? LivEden does. Now, we do have a time-bound event. We do recognize that when people have a sense of urgency, a desire out of inspiration to share it with others, If you hit your social team leader within your first 15 days, we're going to double your bonus one time from 75 to 150. And then you'll then maintain those 3 people. You'll maintain $75 a month thereafter. When you hit social team mentor within your first 30 days, you become social team mentor. You actually earn double the bonus the first time. Instead of 250, you'll make 500. You'll then maintain that structure for 250 a month thereafter. We'll double your social team influencer bonus from 1,000 to 2,000 when you hit it within your first 45 days. Many people are going to do that. $2,000 in your first 45 days. And then, of course, regional influencer for the elite few that are going to go after it and build a team quickly. Inside of 60 days, easily can be done for people that are highly inspired and high aspiration to make it happen. They'll double their one-time bonus from $2,000 to $4,000 in their first go around. Then they'll maintain that structure for $2,000 a month thereafter. It's simple. It's easy. Here's the summary. We have no organizational volume requirements at all at social team leader, social team mentor, social team influencer. We have no organizational volume requirements at all. We simply ask you to get 3, 9, and 27 in place, minimum. At regional, it starts at 10,000 group volume, which statistically is 3 social team influencer legs. You'll have easily the volume to become regional. And again, in a nutshell, summary, you can double those bonuses from 75, 250, 500, and 1,000. You can double it based on the timeline of 15, 30, 45, and 60 days. Now, important point for my high-level overview industry professionals, you have the question, you're thinking, well, does placement count? Meaning, if I didn't sponsor the person, if a gift from above, from the upline, placed someone with me because I had similar circles of influence, similar geography, just made sense to pair these people together. My sponsor, my enroller that is, wants to maintain the enrollment of these 2 people, but he wants to put Sam underneath of Mary. Well, Sam and his volume organizationally will contribute to Mary's organizational volume. She'll be paid on Sam's volume, and it also will count as one of the legs required to become a social team mentor, social team influencer, for example, regional influencer. It's awesome. We have a holding tank, yes, level 1 holding tank for up to 90 days, and you can then move people around based on a reward mechanism that will then generate and kick out these promotions. We do only have one structure requirement in the entire comp plan, and that is the 60% rule, meaning that you can only use up to 60% from any one dominant runaway leg. And we always have one leg that outperforms others, and that's okay. So we have a simple qualifier that for purposes of rank volume calculations only, we can only use 60% of that maximum volume from that one leg. You need to generate 40% qualifying target volume. You want to hit national or executive or presidential, you're high ranking, you need to do 40% outside of a dominant leg if you happen to have a runaway leg. All right. The idea here is build 3 wide. As a high level professional, you can go 5 wide, you can go 10 wide. I don't recommend it. I recommend that depth is wealth. I believe that with this compensation plan, the next income stream that I'm going to talk about next, you're going to see quickly why placing people with people and building out some generational depth is going to be more in your advantage than going wide on a traditional uni level. All right. So again, the shopping values, $79 for 1 bag, $74 for 2 bags, and $69 for 4 bags. Super simple, 60-day money back guarantee, nothing to return. Simply call the company. They'll reverse the charge on your card. It's done. As of May the 1st, we're going to be offering free shipping over $100 American in America, over $140 Canadian in Canada. All right. So as that, we talked about the double bonus. Just real quickly, 15 days, you'll double it. You'll earn $150. 30 days, you're going to double it to $500. That's based on just simply 12 people. In 45 days, becoming a social team influencer, you can actually earn $2,000, only 39 people, and 60 days becoming a regional influencer. You're going to double your bonus to $4,000 if you do it, and that's only 120 people. That's it. That's it, folks. So I'm excited. So up to $2,000 per month residual income, this one income stream alone, that in and of itself is the napkin presentation, 3, 9, 27, 81. Can you do that? Of course you can. Let's get back to basics. The Don Falia, the 30-second napkin presentation. It's the impact of 3. That's all you got to talk about. That's the whole engine to the comp plan. That's why I took the time to do this recording on this one element alone. Now, income stream number 4. Look at the term uni-gen. What does that mean to you? Uni means uni-level. Gen means generations. A uni-level generation pay. This is something that has never been done before. Let me go back. This is simply the opportunity to put people with people, to build a team based on structure, based on logic. And it looks like this. When you become a social team mentor, you get to now access the UniGen. So up to social team mentor, whether you're a social partner or social team leader, you're going to be paid the Experience 60, your Impact to 3 bonus, as well as your social circle tier bonus. But when you hit social team mentor, you start to kick in a 5% kicker, 5% down to the next generation one social team mentor on each one of your tentacles, each one of your legs. The computer will search down and find the next social team mentor who's in that status every week. If you have no one at that rank at social team mentor, you'll earn 5% all the way down to the floor. You might have a team of 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 people. You might have a team growing and you got no other social team mentors but you. You'll make 5% off your entire team. Does this make sense? A social team influencer is someone that's now built a team that's got 3 social team mentor legs for sure. You're making your $1,000 per month bonus. If you did it within your first 45 days, you doubled that bonus. That's fantastic. And you're going to earn 5% through 2 generations of social team mentors. Of course, you're going to have social team mentors because you need 3 social team mentors to become a social team influencer. But the good news is that the computer is going to pay you 5% down to that first social team mentor on each one of your legs and tentacles. And then we'll pay you another 5% all the way down of all the volume down to the next social team mentor, which likely doesn't exist at this level. You likely don't have any other social team mentors other than that first generation social team mentor, which means you're going to make 5% down to the floor. You could actually have hundreds of people at this level, and you're making 5% down to the floor. This is not a uni level where you're cut off after 7 levels, folks. Dud, 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 stud. Well, sorry. Pardon the expression, folks, but this is a high-level professional overview. I'm going to just give it to you straight. If you have no one doing anything, but all of a sudden you got someone on your level 12 that's going out and killing it somewhere in Korea or in some future market in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, into, wherever, into Italy, level 12, and they're crushing it. They're presidential. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. You got cut off after 7 levels. Traditionally, level, you're not making squat in that person. Not in LivEden. The UniGen is going to become your best friend. As a high-level industry professional, understand you're going to be paid multiple generations of social team mentors. And where they don't exist, you'll be paid 5% down to the floor, down to infinity. Have I got your attention? A regional influencer, 3 generations, national 4, executive, and presidential 5 generations of social team. This is a game changer. This is the best of a uni level, I should say, with dynamic compression for sure, but it's the best of a binary. It's best of a stair step. It's the best of a open volume. It's the best of the metrics of growing infinite depth and being paid on it. All of you that have been invited to watch this, if you're truly an industry professional, you understand what it takes to move the needle, yeah? Danny DeNoa saw it, Jeremiah Gunn saw it, Joe Gentle saw it, Peggy DeSalle saw it, and many others. I'm dropping names, I'm sorry, but these people are good people, proven, pedigreed, incredible industry professionals. And when they saw this, they said, I've never seen anything like this before, ever. I've never seen this before, ever. As an executive influencer, you're going to be paid down 5 generations. You only have to do 100,000 in CV, 100,000. And by the way, that's not through 5 levels. 100,000, the computer's going to count every order down to infinity. Who does that? The computer's going to count every order from you all the way down to infinity for rank volume calculation purposes. I mean, I can't sleep at night. I'm sorry, I cannot sleep at night. This is incredible. The UniGen Mentor Momentum Depth Bonus. Now, this is a key. This is extremely key. This is why the UniGen was created, because it's based on doing what? Getting people to social team leader and then helping them make their $250 per month bonus. We are incentivizing you as a leader to help your people not just break even, but to make a few hundred extra dollars a month that will transition into a few extra thousand. That is the sweet spot. If you appeal to the masses, you dine with the classes. Yes or yes. Full dynamic compression. This is the most progressive multi-generational payout structure ever in the history of this industry, and we're launching this on May the 1st. If you're listening to this here within Q2 of 2025 into Q3, Q4, even into early 2026, this is early concentration before we hit that enviable momentum stage. This is going to clobber the industry back to basics, folks. There'll be more people making $500 to $1 million per year on target earnings. This is my opinion. This is for illustration purposes, for education. This is going to happen in my organization, Team LivEden, which I don't care who's organized. We're all Team LivEden, and we're going to do this with or without you. We'd love it for you to be with you. So income stream number 5, you want to check match? No problem. Here's your check match. We're going to pay you 4 enrollment levels of check match, 40%, 15, 10, 10, and 5 at presidential, working your way backwards based on your rank. Simple, straightforward. We want to incentivize the social partner that may not have the skill set, the social circle, or the confidence to go out there and talk to a bunch of people, but they could bring in one good person. And we've seen this happen time and time again in most companies. Too bad, so sad. You're not at certain high level rank. You're not going to get paid squat in this great person you brought. Well, not in LivEden. A social partner that brings in a Danny DeNoa, a Jeremiah Gunn, Joe Gentle, a Peggy DeSalle. When you bring in a good person that sees it, thank you so much, brother, sister. Thank you for thinking of me. Now, respectfully, get out of my way. I'm gonna go out there and crush this. Shouldn't that social partner earn something on that Of course. And we do that. 5% check match on whatever that leader earns in their Unigen, that social partner, the sponsor, the enroller of that leader, they're making 5%. Isn't that awesome? But then as you grow your rank, as you grow your impact, you can be paid down multiple enrollment levels, 15% on your level 1, all your personals. If you had the great honor to sponsor some of these aforementioned individuals, if you had the great honor to enroll these people and they go out and they make $1 million a year, would you like an extra 150 grand added to your income for that calendar year? Yes or yes? Hello? Of course you would. On their Unigen earnings, the check match is paid 15, 10, 10, and 5 at the top level. Awesome. Income stream number 6. We also want to reward you for your ability to actually work depth, meaning I want you to go ahead and, I'll use the expression, I want you to go ahead and mine your organization. I want you to data mine. I want you to go hunt for the leaders, hunt for the, pardon the expression, hunt for the studs, hunt for the people that want this as bad as you do, because inevitably you'll have a regional and national and executive. You'll have a presidential that might show up on your 70th level. As a high-level industry professional, I want you to be paid. And so I advocated for this bonus, and it's here. You make up to 3% on the entire organization as a presidential, 3% down to the floor on your Unigen. You could be paid down thousands and thousands and thousands of levels. Notice we're only asking you to produce a measly $250,000 a month CV in your organization. We're going to have, I believe, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of presidentials, I believe, in our lifetime. This is going to become, like Danny talked about at the start of this call, this is going to become a legacy company. No one has the abundance mentality with the customer-friendly, low barrier of entry, with no gun to your head, pardon expression, force auto ships. No one offers the abundance with the contribution and the collaboration that LivEden does. With this single product, flagship product, folks, it's a no-brainer. Now, if you bring in a presidential, and you're presidential, yeah, you're going to be cut off. People will say, well, what happens if I bring in 3% only allocated to the presidential? So we will eventually address that when we have multiple presidentials. There's room in this comp plan. Yes, I'm recording this, but I do know that the heart and the integrity of this company owner, based on when all the numbers shake out, looks good on paper, when we actually have real data flowing monthly, quarterly, yearly, we'll be able to determine where we can pick up some more money, some more volume, that we can then pay our highest performing leaders to earn another incentive, another pool for presidentials. So that way, then you're not feeling like you're quote unquote are cut off because you sponsored a presidential. You're going to make a boatload of money on the Unigen, I promise you, my friend. But right now, the differential is what matters. When you are, say, an executive influencer and you've got a brand new social team influencer, look at the difference between 2.5% and 1%. The computer will pay 2.5% all the way down to your first social team influencer, and then they'll earn the 1% on their organization, but you'll earn the difference. You'll earn 1.5% between the difference between executive and social team influencer on that social team influencer's organization, all the way down to the floor. Folks, if you don't quite understand this, understand this. There's no gotchas, there's no takeaways. We want you to be paid down to the floor. And beginning at social team influencer, you pick up an additional 1% instead of 5%. It's now 6% on the entire organization Unigen. A regional, it's 1.5%. If you have a social team influencer between you and the regional, it's an additional 0.5 differential between you and that social team influencer down on their organization, down to the floor. Does that make sense? I'm talking fast. You can stop this. You can hit pause. You can rewind. Folks, this is incredible. This income stream alone is going to make you tens of thousands, if not more, per month. You can stop this, you can record this, you can read this. This is the math. These are the examples when you hit presidential, executive, national, regional, or whatnot. This is the differentials based on earning when you have people within all tentacles of your growing global organization. Lastly, income stream number 7. This is an important one because this is for all the newcomers that want a piece of the pie, not just the presidentials that are the longstanding, historically always the top income earners. We have something for everyone here, including those that want to go out for a fast start, even if they join us in 2030. 2030, talking 5 years from now, we've got this new volume bonus pool that you can build shares of up to 5%. Up to 5% of the company's global commissionable volume every month is allocated in this bonus pool. As you, as a brand new brand partner who's become a social partner, you're starting to onboard people, and you have personally sponsored enough volume, minimum 250 CV in this current month of new volume, your own order will count. You could buy this. Yes, it's on record, but we do have provision for up to 300 CV that if you wanted to stockpile some product because you're out there actively sampling, you're loaning product for people until they get their product and they replace that product. Whatever you're doing, if you're retailing in for resale approved markets like the USA currently, Canada will be online here hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months for retail approved selling. If you're retailing product, whatever, you're going to need product. If you yourself buy the product, you can do this, but I hope that it's based on actually onboarding new customers, new LivEden account holders. 250 CV minimum in the account a month is qualification number 1. The qualification number 2 is now you simply help any of your personally enrolled level 1. Your personally enrolled people, whether they're placed on level 2 or level 3, doesn't matter, but they're your enrollment level 1, your personally enrolled leader. You help them become a social team leader in this calendar month. You do 250 minimum CV yourself of new volume, plus you help one person become social team leader, new high title in this month, who they generate like you, 250 CV minimum in new volume this month of sponsoring, or they buy enough. That's going to give you 1 share of the pool. Now, a small boutique right now doing, less than $1 million, well, about $1 million, maybe $1.5 million right now a year, very small boutique company, that share value is going to be small. But once we start doing $1 million a month, then $1 million a week, potentially $1 million a day, you can understand where this share value is going to go. Yes, more people participating, but the metric doesn't change. You help 2 people become social team leaders, you pick up 3 shares. You help 3 people become social team leaders in this month, and they generate 250 CV each in new volume. They get 6 shares. 4 shares for 4 personally enrolled social team leaders that you help in the month pop out to new high title social team leader, and ultimately social team leaders, 5 of them that you've personally enrolled. Now you're cranking 15 shares. Share values here are going to be astronomical once we start to pick up some momentum into the early to mid concentration phase, which we're entering right about May 1st. So congratulations. So income projections, let's wrap up on this. You've been really generous with your time today. Thank you so much. A team of 40 customers based on my analysis is going to equal between $1,200, $1,500, $1,500 a month. A team of 120 customers will equal between $2,500 and $3,000 a month. A team of 500 customers will equal between 10 and 12,000. That's where I'm going to stop. 10 grand a month for 500 people. It's unheard of. You can do this. It's you and your team. This is real. Now, the great money for those high-level industry professionals, 1,000 customers in your organization will make you between 20 and 25 grand a month. 5,000 customers will make you 100 to 150 grand a month. These are real numbers. And then for the big enchilada, 10,000 customers will earn you about $250,000 US. And for the super, super rare 1%er that wants to go out there and crush it, like a couple of the aforementioned names on this call today, you want to know an organization. I've done this times 10. My last organization, I had 320,000 people in my organization, in my enrollment tree. Certainly didn't make this type of money, but in this comp plan, it's here all day long. Would you like to make an extra $3 million a year? Would you like more? It's simply a projection of what we're doing based on a high demand, highly consumable, high retention equaling residual income opportunity. $79 a month. It's inflation proof. It's recession proof. We're rock solid, 7.5 years young. All of the cogs of the wheel are in place. Merchant account, third-party manufacturing, our logistics partner, our software, our international scalability, our legal department. Folks, we are poised for explosion. So summarizing, this is inflation proof, single product focus. Again, folks, we're going to be doubling every 6 months. This is based on real numbers. We're going to see major growth because we're addressing minimum nine major growth sectors. We have no competition. This is inexpensive. Like I said, this is residual income, rock solid track record. Our company is legally operating in 4 markets, and we can scale with our merchant account quickly. If you know people, truly the right people, we can open up select markets based on their pedigree and their commitment to be truly partners of ours in the field. We have unlimited earning potential, no income cap, $79 a month, cheap as 69, 1, 2, and 4 months scheduled auto ship subscription, no fourths monthly. I mean, we're charging a local currency. That's a big deal for Canadians, for other people like New Zealand. I mean, this is the most progressive. You understand why I'm excited, folks? The forecast, the highest percentage of people that will earn massive income. We will have record growth forecast, 24 to 46% based on my analysis, and I've crunched all the numbers. Trust me, as you can tell, I'm very detailed oriented, and I love being compliant. I like the fact that our company is Attorney General's compliant. We are customer focused. You can't join as a brand partner. You have to join as a customer. If you want to become a brand partner, there's a one-time fee of $29 to become, or $39 Canadian. And the fact is, folks, is that with that upgrade, your first order as a brand partner becomes 100% tax deductible under the IRS tax code and the Revenue Canada tax code. Seek help with your certified public accountant, your CPA, or whatnot. There it is. Explosive growth. It's going to happen. Less than 10,000 active customers right now. Low barrier of entry, 60-day money back performance guarantee, nothing to return. And we got an amazing customer service. They actually pick up the phone. 9 to 5 Mountain, Monday to Friday, they pick up the phone. What a concept. No AI, no chatbots. Folks, we're getting back to basics. The tipping point is here. It's real within the next 5 years. Right now, you've got us right now at the early concentration stage. We're going to then have that enviable slingshot over the next 5 years into momentum. You've caught us at the perfect time. This is the emergence of a new leading brand. And I want to tell you, everyone, right now, I want to thank you so much for your time and attention. I want you to reimagine your life's possibilities wherever you're at right now. I don't know of any other time in human history where people are more attuned to the bank account balance in their savings account or their checking account or their credit card balances or their line of credits that are maxed out or their mortgage. I have never noticed a more prone time for people that are more open to, you know what, I need to do something. I have to do something. My health has to improve, my mental, my emotional, and my physical health, and my financial health. I'm not too proud to admit it, that I don't have enough money to set aside to retire. I need to make more money. I want to get in the way of trends. I don't want to be selling just some weight loss thing, guys, ups and downs, or some crypto thing, or some high yield. People don't have money to invest. People are broke. Let's make it right. Let's get back to basics, folks. Let's get back to sharing solid opportunities with LivEden. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. I do certainly appreciate it. Please get back to the person that shared with you this video recording. Let's get your questions answered. If you'd like to meet the owners, we can make that happen. We want to welcome you and we want to thank you. It's not just an opportunity, it's a responsibility. Thank you and good day.